You always believe in identifying mega trends, whether that was pharma, PSU, it was consumption. For this decade, what do you think is the big mega trend?
I thought about a year or two back that insurance will do very well. It is doing very well. I think financial services will continue doing very well.
Is that the reason why you've taken a large investment in a health insurance company?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
So what banks did in last 15 years, can insurance do that to capital markets in next 10
See,
years?
they're already very well valued. But I think that's one industry which will do well. I think financial services in general will do very well.
Financial services right now have about 40% weightage on the Nifty, all NBFC and banks put together. The number was as low as 30%, less than 30% 10 years ago. At 40%, don't you think the sector is getting bulky?
No, but that doesn't mean the sector will not do well. I mean, the Nifty may go up 80%, this sector may go up 70%. See, the raising wastage is also because HDFC and ICICI Bank, which have the and HDFC, they have no public ownership. So it's a free float. So their free float is 100%. While all other companies have ownership management, the free floats are lower.
You were very bullish on banks when we met last. Do you continue to remain bullish on banks?
Absolutely.
And I would imagine, are these retail banks or corporate banks?
All banks. Choose what you want.
You bullish on banks because you expect economy to pick up, or you think competition is right?
I am bullish on banks because I think the credit intensity of the next phase of growth in India is going to be much higher. Consumer credit in India is still very low. You cannot create a liability franchise, and I think the NPA cycle has peaked.
Even though we understand that SBI will have to do the Diwan write-off, even though there are challenges.
So what? You look at the size of his balance sheet, look at the provisions. It's the tail end.
Last 10 years, markets have been punishing PSUs, whether it's PSU banks, PSU metal companies, or PSU across the board. Is there scope for re-rating of them?
I think the re-rating, I thought the re-rating would take place, when the government announced the disinvestment of BPCL. But unless and until the government spells out a clear and transparent disinvestment policy, there will be no re-rating. If the clear disinvestment policy is made, I think there will be rapid re-rating.
There are three companies which have emerged as real outsized gainers for the decade gone by: Indigo, D-Mart, Bajaj Finance. So this belief which people have that only tech and AI and data-based companies will grow, I think has got completely debunked. General view, I'm talking about.
So that therefore, just you said India has produced some great companies. You said no, why 14 billion came? If you have good companies, money will come regardless of the economy.
What will it take to be a winner in next decade or this decade? To be a winner in this decade?
What it took to be a winner in the last decade. Quality of winners or characteristics and characteristics of winners don't change.